2020 has handed all of us so many challenges, but here we are together, ready for some fun. In fact, it's such a big day here. Ed shaved and I did wash my hair. So hopefully we put together a fun, brief evening. So settle in with your hot cocoa or your beverage of choice and enjoy the show.
Well, Patricia Evans is one of the many gems at Abilities. 2 years ago, she was asked to create and direct the choir. Her enthusiasm, love, and talent come through when we have the pleasure of listening to them perform at past festival events. As an additional treat tonight, Patricia and her husband, Chris, and their daughter, Holly, have offered to provide some music for us tonight. So, without further ado, sit back, enjoy the show. Take it away, Patricia.
Thank you, Ed and Patty Sue Rossi. I'm so happy to be here with you and with everybody at Abilities of Northwest Jersey and DASACC. Thank you for having us. The first thing on the agenda this evening is the rock stars. Ed was so kind, and Patty Sue also, to support them and to be a part of all that they do. And we have been a choir now for about 2 years. I've formed 3 different choirs. What you're going to see is a little portion of all the choirs put together, although, as Patty Sue was saying, it's COVID time, so it's all virtual. So believe it or not, since March, we have been rehearsing. The rock stars are irrepressible, and we have been recording and doing all kinds of things. Having a great time, as you will see, and with honor, I now introduce the Abilities of Northwest Jersey rock stars. Come on, Heather. I carry this light on That's great, guys, everybody. This little light of Feliz Navidad. Come on, Terry. Feliz Navidad. Let me sing. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad.
I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
I love those
I love Chicken Bill.
That's great. Keep going.
He sang in the car with his father. He sings with the radio, that kind of stuff. But he's never. This is the first time he's been in a choir.
You went right from singing in the car to being a rock star.
That's right.
Ho, ho, ho.
Okay, this is the point in the evening when I can't really talk and I have to pull myself together. So I'm going to hand it over to Ed, who's not much better than I am. So it's all yours. Thank you for a wonderful performance, choir.
So thank you very much again, Patricia. Watching that is just so touching all the time. The joy that those folks get is incredible. So while Patty Sue pulls herself together, let's not forget why we are all gathered together. To raise funds for two wonderful organizations, Abilities of Northwest Jersey and DASACC, Domestic Abuse Sexual Assault Crisis Center. I would like to introduce Cindy Wildermuth at this time, the CEO of Abilities of Northwest Jersey. Cindy's leadership has resulted in almost 800 community employment placements and numerous volunteer opportunities. Cindy will share a little more about her team and the organization they're proud to be a part of. Cindy, it's all yours.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you, Ed and Patty Sue and the entire Rossi family for your generosity. We at Abilities are truly grateful and humbled to be selected as one of the recipients of the funds raised tonight during the 2020 Virtual Festival of Trees. I want to thank everyone, all of the sponsors and everyone who is attending tonight. Your support is truly changing lives. And I want to thank those working hard behind the scenes to make sure that we all stay connected tonight. Now, how about those rock stars? I mean, they were just so looking forward to being a part of this celebration this evening. And I just want to do a shout out to them because I think they just did an absolutely amazing job under the guidance of our very own Patricia Evans, who we are blessed to have on our team. Now, our music program is only one of the many services we provide. For those of you who may not be familiar with Abilities of Northwest Jersey, we were founded in 1974, serving about 12 individuals at the time, providing vocational training. So over the last 46 years, we have certainly expanded. We now serve 400 individuals and their families, and we support every level of ability. We want to make sure that every individual is able to pursue their goals and dreams just as you and I. We can't do it with our amazing team of staff, our passionate and dedicated team of 140 individuals, professional staff who ensure that whether the individual's goal is landing that dream job or learning to communicate, if they're nonverbal, learning to communicate with others through assistive technology, learning how to develop a resume, or even moving from a wheelchair to a stander, even if it's just for a short period of time. We are just so blessed to be able to support all of those in need throughout our community. We provide our supports in the setting of each individual's choice. So whether it's at their job, or it's at one of our programs, or it's at home, or virtually, in this case, in the community, including our very own social enterprises, the Printabilities Print Shop, apparel printing in downtown Washington, that's our training program. Our training programs at our Possibilities Thrift Boutiques in Phillipsburg and Flemington. Our Sustainabilities Training Program, which is electronics recycling, based out of our agency headquarters on Route 31 in Washington. And with our partnership with Warren Community College, we are thrilled to be able to provide training services on campus as well, when we're not in a pandemic, of course, and we're open. We are truly an agency where choice happens. So this has been a traumatic year for all of us, but for many who we serve, their worlds have been turned upside down. So imagine your life dependent upon a routine with specialized in-person supports, and then one day it's gone. We're closed. You're home, you're away from your friends, you're away from your activities, you're away from your job, and in so many cases, not understanding why. So our families, their families are beyond exhausted at this point. At Abilities, we have worked so incredibly hard since March to keep a level of normalcy for those we serve. We have held on, Abilities strong, and we're hopefully turning a corner. Tonight, your support will ensure that when we reach the other side of this pandemic, Abilities will be able to provide the additional services needed to restore those routines for many members of our family. And it will help us to continue celebrating successes for many years to come. I hope you enjoy the following video message from some of our Abilities members, and it also features our Abilities song written by Patricia. So on behalf of those we serve at Abilities, our staff, and our Board of Trustees, I thank you for tuning in tonight, and I wish you a joyful, peaceful, and healthy holiday season. Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Abilities make a difference every day. Abilities, together we will find a way. Not alone, we hear the song. Let it lead the way to open up a door. Possibilities to families that we serve, brotherhood, rights we all deserve. Lend a friend a helping hand.
Happy holidays! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
Happy holidays!
Happy holidays! Happy holidays, everybody! Happy holidays! Happy holidays, everyone!
We can let our love light shine with every look and
I wish you Merry Christmas.
I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody! Let's have a Happy New Year! Happy, happy, happy!
Wow, Cindy, thank you so much for sharing. Just if you're not touched by the work that you and your team do, well, I just don't know what to say. We certainly are. And thank you from the bottom of our hearts for serving those who are so much in need of your support and serving our community so well. So, as promised, we're going to provide some more entertainment tonight. Actually, Patricia and her family are. And I would like to introduce her husband, Chris, and their daughter, Holly. Take it away.
Hi, everyone. My family. So let's get started with a Winter Wonderland. Sleigh bells ring, I listen, in the lane, snow is glistening, a beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay. jingle bells with a solo for Holly on the bells. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing a bushel of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells rock. Jingle bell chime in jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in jingle bell square. In the frosty air. What a perfect time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time. It's the right time to go riding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle, 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 jingle around the clock. Mix and mingle in a jingling beat. That's the jingle bell ride. What a bright time! It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time, it's the right time to go riding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle, jingle, jingle around the block. Mix and mingle in a jingling beat. That's the jingle bell. That's the jingle bell. That's the jingle bell ride. All right. This next song is one that's a classic. From the sound of music to all of our favorite things. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. Bright copper candles and wool and mittens. Brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudel. Bells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles. Wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with satin sashes. Snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes. Silver white winters and melt into spring. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee sings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. Thank you. Back to you, Patty Sue and Ed.
Oh, thank you guys so much. As I told you earlier, you know, in my next life, I'm going to be able to sing and play the piano. So in the meantime, I'm moving into your home, and I hope you don't mind. Maybe some of that wonderful talent will rub off on me. So moving on, I'd like to now introduce Jill Zincraft, the director and CEO of DASACC. In 2019, over 900 women, men, and children received services from DASACC. It's a great organization that provides a multitude of services, including emergency shelter, 24-hour hotline, legal counseling, and so much more. At this time, Jill would like to share a little bit more about her organization and its community. Okay, Jill.
Thank you, Patty Sue and Ed, and good evening, everyone. And I am so excited to welcome all of you to a very special edition of Festival of Trees, hosted by the Rossi family. My name is Jill Zincraft, and I'm the Executive Director of the Domestic Abuse and Sexual Assault Crisis Center of Warren County. Ooh, DASACC for short. And I am so very honored to be here in community with all of you tonight. I would like to say a huge thank you to the Rossi family and Abilities of Northwest Jersey for the opportunity to work together on this very beautiful event. Please know that we at DASACC do not take this relationship for granted, and we're so appreciative for the partnership. And we're also so excited to share our version of 2020 Holiday Cheer with all of you. And as you can see so far, I promise you will not be disappointed. And so on behalf of DASACC's Board of Trustees, many of whom are with us tonight, the staff, volunteers, and those we serve, I want all of you to know how deeply grateful I am for the support from all of our sponsors and donors. My words will not do justice to the impact that these dollars during this time has on the agency and those who have been so tremendously impacted by interpersonal violence. Like so many of our fellow agencies, we have seen the need increase during times of great crisis, and this pandemic has been no exception. And while COVID-19 cannot be blamed for increasing our numbers in our county, we can easily argue that the stressors during this pandemic has caused the increased propensity, frequency, and intensity of interpersonal violence. Currently, we are operating over 50% of our typical capacity, and that means we are serving over 1,500 individuals, and 25% of them are under the age of 18 years old. That is a lot for a small community. However, please know that we have been and will continue to be up to all the challenges. And now, what I do want to say is that the topic of DASACC feels very heavy during a very heavy time, during something that's supposed to be celebratory, and that this is not the point of Festival of Trees. But what has been argued by my husband and friends and family is that I don't have a very good sense of humor, and that's why I've been told I'm probably not invited to many parties. I want you to know that I disagree. So, Patty Sue, can I ask you, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Murray.
Murray who?
Merry Christmas, one and all. And just so you know, I am available for parties. Thank you for that. But seriously, I know the work we do causes your heart to sink, but it is vital and necessary work. I want to share that all of you are the most important to all of us. Collectively, we will help those in need, and together we will enjoy what does feel like a lifetime ago, a Festival of Trees. Now, I do want to show you some of the very good work that is happening at DASACC in our community, and I will leave you with Merry Christmas.
Hi, and happy holidays. My name is Evan Austin, and I'm the Community Engagement and Fund Development Coordinator at the Domestic Abuse and Sexual Assault Crisis Center, also known as DASACC. DASACC's mission is to help serve and advocate for those impacted by interpersonal violence, to be proactive regarding its prevention, and to create positive change. DASACC runs 24/7, 365 by providing the community with the crisis shelter, a 24-hour helpline, and 24-hour crisis response teams. Here to describe other DASACC services are Allie and Bremen.
Hi, my name is Allie. I'm the Interpersonal Violence Counselor at DASACC, and I wanted to tell you a bit more about all of our client services. We have a 24-hour emergency shelter. This is a 15-bed facility, and we also have kennels located at the anonymous shelter for clients to bring their animals in when they come in for services. We have a 24-hour hotline. Clients can call any day or time if they're in crisis, need, or support. We have 2 24-hour crisis response teams, both trained for domestic violence and sexual assault calls. And these volunteers and advocates respond to the hospitals and police stations, both in Hunterdon and Warren County. We have a legal advocate, both in Warren and Hunter County at the moment, and they offer assistance with clients to review their rights, getting them overall acquainted to the court hearing process, assisting them with learning about restraining orders, filing for restraining orders, providing referrals for lawyers in the area, and overall support. We have individual and group counseling. We have trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy for kids and adolescents and their caregivers. We have a vulnerable populations counselor. We have a domestic violence counselor, a mental health counselor, a recovery support counselor, an interpersonal violence counselor with a focus on LGBTQ issues. And we're located at 3 different offices in Washington, Phillipsburg, and Flemington. We have a long-term case manager that can meet with clients to assist them with learning about social services in the area, applying for various assistance programs, providing financial literacy and advocacy, and overall support.
Hello, my name is Brandon. I'm the confidential sexual violence advocate here at DASACC. Here at DASACC, we offer outreach, fundraising, and volunteering. All of our outreach workshops and classes are tailor-made to your organization or your community. All of our fundraising is done throughout the year, such as the 5K Run, Giving Tuesday, or the Oktoberfest. And our volunteer opportunities consist of domestic abuse and sexual assault response teams, legal advocacy, event and fundraising, and the Speakers Bureau.
Well, thank you, Jill and your team. And we appreciate your work. And while it is certainly difficult to face the work that you do, it is absolutely essential, and we very much appreciate all of you and your team's efforts in our community to make it better and to take care of those in need. So, I would like to now reintroduce Patricia and her family for another round of songs. Patricia, take it away.
Thank you so much. Jill, thank you so much on behalf of all of us for creating a safe place in our community. And also, I'm thankful to have been welcomed into the DASACC family in an honorable place by taking our rock stars there. We actually were able to perform for one of your staff there, and our guys thought they were there for a wedding and that they were singing for the wedding. It was such a wonderful experience, and DASACC couldn't have offered a nicer place for the rock stars to be. So we're gonna take it a little bit more mushy, I guess you'd call it now. We're gonna do Silver Bells. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, greeting smile after smile. And on every street corner you'll hear silver bells, silver bells, silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, 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 hear the ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Strings of street lights, even stoplights, blink a bright red and green as the shoppers rush home with their treasures. Hear the snow crunch, see the kids bunch. This is Santa's big scene, and above all the bustle you'll hear silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, hear them ring, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. That was lovely, Holly. I just wanted to say thank you to my husband, Christian. He's such an accomplished musician. And
thank you for having me. Thank you.
So one of my favorite songs is the next song. It's by the Carpenters. I hope you enjoy. Merry Christmas, darling. Greeting cards have all been sent. The Christmas rush is through, but I still have one wish to make, a special wish for you. Merry Christmas, darling. We're apart, that's true, but I can dream, and in my dreams I'm Christmasing there's always something new. But every day is a holiday when I'm near you. Oh, the lights on the tree, I wish that you could see. I wish it every day. Lots of the fire fill me with desire to see you and to say that I wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year too. Just one wish on this Christmas Eve. I wish I were with you. Lights on the tree, I wish that you could see. I wish it every day. Lots of the fire fill me with desire to see you and to say, oh, I wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year too. Just one wish on this Christmas Eve. I wish I were with you. I wish I were with you.
Beautiful.
Thank
Beautiful.
you. Back to you.
Wow, is it back to us?
That
I'm lost.
was so nice. Got lost in that,
So I want to make sure I don't jump to the wrong thing.
On the highlights of the festival.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the highlights of the festival is voting for your favorite tree. And hopefully you saw the slideshow of all the trees at the beginning of the evening displaying the beautiful trees and their sponsors. If you missed them, be sure to check out our website, rossifestivalofTrees.com, or our Facebook page where you can see all of them again. But as always, the trees were beautiful. You all did a fantastic job. In fact, make sure next year you come back and do the same thing in the showroom. However, we felt it would be too difficult to showcase each tree long enough for you to see them and vote on your favorite one. So in lieu of voting, we're putting a challenge out to all of you. And Ed is going to explain the challenge.
So every year, this wonderful event, which began in 2010, we've always been able to increase the amount of funds that we have raised for our sponsored charities. And so we would like that to continue this year, if it's at all possible, despite the difficulty of the pandemic. And we understand all the difficulties that every team and family and business has in dealing with this 2020 pandemic. So it is not lost on us as well that these organizations need your support this year more than ever. So we've established that we need $11,000 more to meet our goal. And so all of these organizations must continue to provide much needed support in person or virtually, despite the staggering funding cuts of nearly 33.5% that the Abilities has had. And DASACC has a different problem. As was explained, their funding has remained the same, but the caseload has skyrocketed. So Rossi Auto Group is going to match every donation tonight, dollar for dollar, until we reach our goal. So as we read this special version of The Night Before Christmas, please, if it's at all possible, and you can afford to. Please pull out your phones and give whatever you're able to these two vital organizations.
Giving you all a moment to pull out your phones before we start reading. Twas the week before festival, when all through the town, not a creature was stirring. They had all settled down. The Rymans were discussing their plans over dinner in hopes that their tree would 3 times be a winner.
The volunteers were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of Christmas trees danced in their heads. Patty Sue in her parka and I in my vest were about to head home for an evening of rest.
When out on the highway there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my desk to see what was the matter. Away to the window, I flew like a flash, threw open the doors, and brought out some cash.
The moon on the breast of the freshly cut trees, Patty Sue gave a sigh and fell straight to her knees. Tomorrow the troops would begin to arrive. Their creativity makes the room come alive. With all of the commotion, the showroom is alive. With such great volunteers. Go ahead. I knew that.
No. With such great volunteers, so lively and quick, I knew all the trees would be done in a lick. Our community of sponsors don't ever waver. Providing support is a true lifesaver.
Let's thank them together in much great acclaim. Please pause for a moment as I call them by name. There's Ally, John Johnson, Century Wire, and Hance. Please thank them for us if you get a chance.
St. Luke's Arctic Foods, Unity Bank, and Skyline. To visit their businesses would surely be fine. Audrey and Jamie, American Toys, Columbia Bank, and NJ Carr. To thank them all, you don't have to go very far. It's you.
2 vital organizations were selected with care to be the beneficiaries of this fine affair. Abilities was chosen, and DASACC was too. Each year was more successful as the festival grew.
The week went by quickly. Themed trees were created. The tasks were completed. We all were elated. Thursday arrived with a great deal of fear. Marty, Michael, Sally, and team shifted into high gear.
There were cars to be moved and the floors to be swept. Through the years, the team had become quite adept. At last, it was time for all the doors to open. While the rock stars sang, not a word was spoken.
Every dollar raised made such an impact. The money is needed and surely a fact. So many have aided throughout the years, businesses, attendees, and our great volunteers.
Well, 2020 is different. We are visiting on Zoom. Stay in your seats and don't leave the room. There's more to enjoy while we're gathered together. And at least we don't have to battle the weather.
We hope you had fun this year and the past. Without you, this event surely won't last. So Merry Christmas to you and all of your clan. Cheers to the new year when we can do this again. Patricia, we're going to give it back to you one more time. Keep those donations coming. Thank you all so much. It's all you, Patricia.
Take it away, Patricia.
Thank you, Patty Sue and Ed. Thank you very much. What a lovely rendition the night before Christmas. That little thermometer going up. Come on, everybody. Get your phones out. We need every dollar is precious. Thank you so much, everybody that's supporting us. And with that, I give you Christian Evans, The Silent Night.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin bride. dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Jesus, Lord, at thy
Yes, excellent, Chris.
My husband. Okay, the next song is a song that's taken on new meaning since we started doing it with the rock stars. I don't know why it didn't come to us until now, but it's I believe in music, I believe in love. All right, so it's easy. Sing with us. I could just sit around making music all day long. As long as I'm thinking of music, then I ain't going to get wrong. Who knows, maybe someday I'll come up with a song. Wait, people want to stop the person who lies and talk and sing along. Here's your heart. I believe in music.
Yay!
Okay, so with that one word, we can change the world with that one word. Take out your phones, everybody. Be generous as you can. It will be used wonderfully. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love, love is all you need. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Great time. We're going to continue watching that thermometer go up. Thank you so much for all the supporters of DASACC and Abilities. Back to you, Patty, Sue, and Ed. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Patricia and Chris and Holly. That was just wonderful. And I love the ending because it's all about love. So it's been wonderful Zooming with all of you tonight. And the Zoom experience kind of reminds me of Miss Molly on Romper Room. My daughter, and I know she's watching. Miss Molly would look through her looking glass and call out the names. I see Gibson's Gym. I see Lena's Chop Shop, Evergreen Valley Christmas Tree Farm, Tranquility Farms. And then she would always end it with, and of course, I see you. And we'd like to call out all the people that have been a part of this over the years, but luckily, the list is way too long.
But we do see you, and thank you for your support throughout the years. Thank you so much for joining us tonight and to celebrate these wonderful organizations. Thank you especially to our wonderful sponsors who are the lifeblood of this event, and thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you to our associates at the dealerships for what you do every day, serving our customers. Thank you to our customers who really make this possible. And please ask everyone to visit any of the businesses that are our sponsors and support us in our community. Stay around for the credits. And again, to see our wonderful sponsors, there's quite a few of them. Please take a moment and see who they are, and make sure that they get the credit they deserve. Please make every effort to patronize them and to thank them for their support. So with that, would you like to?
We wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy 2021.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, everyone.
We'll see you next year. Mwah.
You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I am telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list, he's checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping, and he knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I am telling you why. 'Cause Santa Claus is coming to town. Oh, let's go! You when you're sleeping, and he knows when you're awake, and he knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming, I mean the big fat man with the long white beard. He's coming to town.